iTutorGroup versus VIPKid. So if you've been working at VIPKid for a long time, maybe not a long time, but a month, 2 months, 3 months, you might be getting some recruiting from iTutorGroup, especially if you have a LinkedIn account. I got several emails from them asking me if I would be interested in working for their company. And the final reason that I decided to work for iTutorGroup is because when we had the time change in the fall, I got 1 hour cut off of my teaching from VIPKid. So I needed some supplemental income to make up for that hour, especially because for me, waking up at 5 in the morning, I just don't function well when I wake up that early, especially because I'm more of a night owl. So it just didn't work for me to wake up that early. And so, yeah, I decided to work at iTutorGroup as well. So the first thing you're probably wondering is, well, iTutorGroup doesn't pay quite as much as VIPKid, and that might be stopping you from applying there. But I would say that it is very close to the pay that I get at VIPKid. And I think in order to give it a fair shot, I'd like to see if I switched all of my hours over to iTutorGroup, how much money I would be making. Because when I was adding it up initially, it was actually pretty equal. And sometimes it's like, well, they're paying me this much per hour, but how is that possible? But then when you see like an iTutorGroup, so I'll show you guys how the payroll looks in here. Basically from last month, you can see that they rate, if a student rates you, then you get more for that class that you taught. So then that shows you how much you get for that class. And then you can see how sometimes it's a lot more than what you would get for one class at VIPKid. Although the classes at iTutorGroup are 45 minutes instead of 25. But it's the same idea where they have everything ready for you. You don't have to do any prep work. And I would say what's different though is that you can teach anywhere from kids, age 3 to adults. And I've actually signed up to work with the adults, and I love it. I know some people might feel intimidated by that idea because you're working with somebody your own age or your peer or older. But what I love about it is that you can actually have a conversation with people, and you're conversing with people all the way across the world who have a totally different perspective from you, so you can learn from them as well. And, you're talking about adult topics. There's topics about travel, and there's topics about banking, there's topics about literature. So just depends on the level, but you could, in the adult teaching, you can be teaching somebody who's like a level 1 who just is starting learning, or you can teach somebody who's almost, native-like in English. So you get a wide variety of levels. And I have done some of the junior sessions as well. They call it Tutor ABC Junior. So I've taught some kids that are like 10 years old, 10 to 17 years old. I have to say, when looking at the kids' lessons for iTutorGroup compared to VIPKid, I do prefer the lesson styles more at VIPKid because they are 25 minutes instead of 45, and you feel like the 45 minutes you really have to pull out supplemental things, and thinking on the spot can be a challenge sometimes. So especially when you have kids at a certain level and you're just meeting them, you have to know how to cater to whatever their needs are. So you really have to be quick on your feet thinking, okay, what can I do here at the end of class when there's a whole half hour left or a whole 20 minutes left, versus VIPKid you might have 5 minutes left to fill. So that part is a little bit challenging, but with the adult classes, I find it much easier to fill the time because you can just have, you know, free talk with them to fill that time. And typically the adult classes, I didn't have as much time left, maybe like 10 minutes. But with the kids classes, what they have on the PowerPoints, a lot of it is very basic. It's like one sentence and one activity per, not one activity, but like one, just one thing that they have to do. So basically they're answering one question, that's the slide, and then you move on, and there's like, you know, 12, 20 slides max. And so you just find yourself like, okay, what else can I do here? You're basically preparing a lesson on the spot. But still, I am giving it a chance. We'll see, you know, how I feel. That this is just my first month at iTutorGroup versus VIPKid has been 6 months or 7 months. So I'm going to give it some time. I might add some more later and inform you guys what else I've learned. But let's talk about some of the logistics. So basically when you're in VIPKid, this is where you log in. This is what you see. And then you have, you know, this classrooms option where you can see what classes you've taught, what classes are coming up, and then you have your payroll or your payment here, and you can see, you know, different months like that. And so that's what you see when you log into VIPKid. And the teaching center is basically any materials that you might want to look at, things that could help you, you know, the courses. I actually don't go in here too often. I don't know about new teachers. This didn't exist, I don't think, when I first started. But VIPKid is constantly updating. The other thing with VIPKid is that to contact the people, you log in here and you can see different forums. You can ask questions to other teachers. So it's a great community kind of for all the teachers that work at VIPKid. So I would say that's another positive that VIPKid has, is that they have that community available for the teachers. So, and it also, I would say that VIPKid really has a high morale for the teachers. They really like to pump the teachers up. Every week you get an email from the headquarters, and they really tell you what's going on in headquarters, how they're changing things, what they're working on, what they want to hear from the teachers, any feedback that you have. They actually listen to the teachers when you email them with any concerns you might have, and they get back to you as soon as they can. So that, in that sense, the morale is very high at this company. At iTutorGroup, I haven't felt that sense of community, but maybe it's because it's my first month. But as far as communication goes, they have a communication center, like an email within the place that you log in, so you can see this is all the emails you get from them. But it's not like you get like a weekly update at what's going on at the company, or I haven't seen anything where you can communicate with teachers like you do at VIPKid. So again, it's my first month, maybe I just don't know about it, but you do have a recruiter that you stay in touch with. So I've been in touch with my recruiter a couple times via email. It's not this email, it's like my personal email and her email. So I have any concerns I've had, she's answered them right away. They do I would say they also take into consideration what the teachers have to say. They also want to improve their curriculum. They also want to listen to any concerns that you might have, and really make their company better. Let's see. Oh, so another thing about booking. So if we talk about booking at iTutorGroup versus VIPKid. First of all, you have to make sure you're in your time zone. So I have to switch this each time to the Chicago time zone. And you have to do like a fixed schedule. So you have this schedule, and then you have your fixed schedule here. And they want you to work a certain amount of hours for your fixed schedule. I would say that's also a drawback to iTutorGroup, because VIPKid, you do it by week. Maybe it's like 2 weeks out max. But this is for 30 days. It's a whole month you have to keep that fixed schedule. But there's a positive side. So you can submit a leave. I don't see it on here right now, but you can do a leave request. So if you go to the communication center and your category, you click leave request, and then you click send new message. But then I think at VIPKid, let's see here, my previous month, I did have a class that I had to cancel last minute. So I think if you tell VIPKid ahead of time, you won't get a fee, or you won't get charged, but you only get so many of those per month, whereas it seems that iTutorGroup, you can let them know as many times as you need how many times you can't make it to your class. So what do I have to say here about each company? I would say that they're both good companies, both have room for improvement in certain areas. The positives that I like about iTutorGroup are that you can work with both kids and adults, but the drawbacks are that you have to have a fixed schedule, and that your base pay is a little bit less than VIPKid. But you can also surpass that if you get a lot of students to rate your class. So I don't think I talked about that, but each student gets to rate your class on a scale from 1 to 10. But if they don't rate it, you don't get any extra pay. And then also, if you're not teaching that well and you don't get rated well, then that doesn't help you either. But I think it's pretty easy to get a good rating. You just have to be yourself, you have to be a good teacher, and you're good to go. But you don't have that rating system at VIPKid, so you get your base pay no matter what. And I would also say I really enjoy the community that VIPKid has. The drawbacks for VIPKid might be that they're up and coming, they're a little bit younger of a company, but I also see that as a positive. So in any case, I would say both are great to work at. I have had a positive experience overall at both companies, and I'm very grateful for both of these companies, because this is how I was able to quit my job in public school and maintain a solid income, like a base income, and still do having more of an entrepreneurial type of job where I can do this, I can tutor, and I can interpret. So anybody who's looking to do something similar, you can know that this will be a solid base pay for you if you're thinking about quitting your job, or just if you need part-time work in general. This is a great place to go, either of these places. So yeah, I hope that was a good summary of both the companies, and if you're thinking about working at one or the other, as I said, I recommend both. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and if you have any other ideas or opinions to share, let me know. And thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.